Hi, I'm Keele, and today I'm going to talk about emotional labor. The term was coined by sociologist Arlie Hochschild in 1983 in her book The Managed Heart. What Hochschild was writing about back then was jobs that require people to manage their feelings and how they express their emotions in order to do their job. There are many examples of this. People in the service industry have to do emotional labor in their job, domestic workers who have to care for families other than their own, healthcare workers, teachers, daycare workers. It seems obvious that these people do a lot of emotional labor in their jobs. It's also the receptionist at your dentist's office, the clerk at the grocery store, and the person at the call center you got a hold of after waiting for 45 minutes. It's flight attendants and customer service workers who have to spend their day keeping their own reactions in check while making a positive experience for their customers. It can be people whose job it is to deliver bad news, like the person at the bank who does foreclosures, or the clerk where you pay your parking fines. People who spend their day on the receiving end of customers' anger and frustration. All of these jobs require something beyond what is in their job description, and it takes a mental toll on people. It's expected that someone in customer service always be pleasant and smiling and cheerful, regardless of how the customer is behaving. Emotional labor is a commodity. It's usually underpaid and often something that falls on the folks of women, femme, poor, disabled, BIPOC, and other marginalized folks. Since the managed heart came out, the term has been expanded to include situations outside of paid labor. Now people talk about emotional labor in the context of expending their energy to fit into society and making people around them feel comfortable. And once again, it still disproportionately impacts women, femme, BIPOC, and other marginalized folks. Some examples are how women and femmes often find themselves in the role of unpaid therapist, or on the flip side, being expected to always be engaged and fascinated, hold up the conversation while dealing with one-word responses. It's them maintaining the household, knowing when the bills get paid, making sure the fridge is full, planning social engagements, and keeping track of everyone's appointments. It's when BIPOCs are asked by white people to talk about racism or current political events or asked to be representatives of their entire race. It's disabled people constantly having to explain their health condition, their accessibility needs, justify why they can't go out, or explain, no, I physically cannot have this really intense conversation with you right now. It's when you're a knowledge holder and someone says, hey, can I pick your brain for a minute? And then expects you to do hours of unpaid labor. As you can see, there are a lot of things that are emotional labor. On the other hand, it's a term that gets overused a lot, and there are a lot of things that aren't emotional labor. Emotional labor is draining and it's not reciprocal. It's invisible and it's usually low paid or not paid at all, and it has cumulative social and health effects. It's not just feeling frustrated or having emotions about a tough situation, which is real and valid, it's just not the same thing. If a friend comes to you for advice, that's not emotional labor. If a friend is always coming to you, it's a one-way relationship and they don't respect your boundaries, then that's emotional labor. There are a ton of different opinions on this. I don't want to get lost in what is and isn't emotional labor. I just wanted to point out that it is something deeper and has real consequences for marginalized folks. There are many more things I'd like to get into about emotional labor, like how it's viewed differently around the globe, how much it impacts marginalized people, how to recognize if you're doing too much of it, and what you can do about it. But I'm going to end here. Hopefully that was a good short intro. I'll post links down below. Follow our YouTube channel for more content, and thanks for watching. Bye!